We're going to begin with the trial of 4 people accused of a shooting at a bus full of passengers in Philadelphia. CBS News correspondent Elaine Quijano is here with the story.
Well, Nancy, it's an incredible story, like a scene from the Wild West, only this has a modern twist. It's all caught by a surveillance camera, and prosecutors say it started with a slap. This was the shocking video shown in a Philadelphia courtroom Thursday. According to prosecutors, on June 18th, this woman, Penny Chapman, seen here in the surveillance video, boarded a North Philadelphia bus with her young son. Chapman began spanking her son for running through the aisles when a male rider intervened, saying he would report her to Child Services. We then see Chapman make a phone call, and minutes later, 2 gunmen in white shirts are outside the bus. Investigators say she called the suspects to come and shoot the man who threatened her. After Chapman exits through the back door, a third suspect holds the doors open as the 2 gunmen begin shooting. Some passengers scrambled to the front of the bus, piling on top of each other for cover.
You can see where the shots actually hit were exactly where people were standing or sitting had they not moved.
During the chaos, an 80-year-old woman stands frozen in place.
So you see her very clearly because she doesn't actually realize what's going on.
Just in the nick of time, the woman ducks as a bullet shoots through the window, barely missing her head. Miraculously, no one on the bus was harmed, but all 3 men and Chapman are now facing charges in the shooting. Just an unbelievable story, Nancy.
Elaine, thank you so much. And joining us now is Morgan Modell-Vadez. She's the Assistant District Attorney for the City of Philadelphia. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, Nancy.
Morgan, how is it that no one was hurt here? Could it be that these suspects were more interested in scaring people than actually wounding them?
I really think one of the main reasons people weren't hurt was the actions of the bus driver and luckily the quick thinking of the passengers. The video shows one shot does actually get off before the back doors close, but by then the driver of the bus takes off. He full speed ahead towards Temple Hospital, and the passengers had the wherewithal to separate quickly to the front and to the back. And as you guys mentioned, the woman in the middle of the bus, she ducks just in the nick of time. I believe it appears she might hear the first shot that comes through the door, ducks under the seats, and then the 2 shots come above her head.
Right, and you can see that other woman with the little child so clearly ducking herself. So what can you tell us about these suspects and about Penny Chapman, the woman? Are they all related?
Penny Chapman she had her son on the bus. One of the individuals, the first individual you see on the video who enters the back doors to get her off the bus, that is her child's uncle. His brother is the father of that child. The 2 gunmen, we have information that they are cousins of Angel LaCourte. Angel LaCourte was the individual that got on the bus. There's a third individual who has not been arrested that's also on the scene that is also a cousin. So the Pattersons and Mr. LaCourte are cousins, and Mr. LaCourte is the uncle of Penny's child.
Wow, and so what kinds of charges are they facing?
Each defendant is facing 1 count of attempted murder and related charges, assault, firearms charges. That is on the intended target, LaFennis Pickett. He's the individual in the Phillies shirt that you see in the video. They're also all facing charges of aggravated assault on 10 separate passengers inside of the bus, including the bus driver and the 4-year-old child belonging to one of the passengers.
And where is the little boy now who was at the center of all of this? The little boy who was spanked, is he okay?
We honestly are not sure. They were arrested after the incident, not on the scene. So we believe the child is with family, but we're going to be doing some investigation to determine where he is and making sure that he's safe.
Obviously, this video is so shocking. Have you ever seen anything like this before? Does this happen more frequently, but we just happen to have this incredible video because I know they just installed this surveillance system on this particular bus recently?
There are definitely shootings. I'm sure people hear about them in the news in Philadelphia, but it's rare that an entire bus full of passengers is shot up. I mean, this is an absolutely horrific scene, and we are extremely lucky that SEPTA had such a fabulous surveillance system that we're able to see it. I think you hear these things, you can sort of picture them when you hear it, but when you actually are able to see it, it takes things to a whole new level.
Yeah, exactly. Was it difficult for the officers to make the arrest in this case?
Not too difficult. We have an officer that was contacted. He's Officer Joe Goodwin. He's been an officer for about 15 years in the 26th district, which is where this occurred. He's very familiar with people in that neighborhood, has very good contacts, and was able to ascertain, some names and some information. And then after seeing the video, he was able to actually identify them. Some people did turn themselves in, and others were arrested either at their home or on the street.
Got it. All right. Well, Morgan Videz, Assistant District Attorney in Philadelphia, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Sure thing.